Good evening and welcome to the McCarthy Tire game of the night. The Berwick Bulldogs are in town taking on the Wilkes-Barre area Wolfpack, and the Wolfpack will start off with the ball. And we haven't seen the Lady Wolfpack in a little while. The last game was about a week ago when Valley West was here, and on their road trip they've had a couple of losses for the first time in their season. So what are you looking for tonight in tonight's game, John?
Well, I think that, the Wolfpack are going to have to establish themselves. Bill Phillips always does a good job defensively with the teams that he has had over time. But, he knows they're kind of a little undermanned, so to speak, Berwick. But they'll come out, they'll give it their all, and I'm sure they're going to try, at least in this first quarter, to establish themselves.
I do agree with it. And it looks like we're going to get a traveling call. A lengthy possession for about 50 seconds ends in a travel, so Berwick will get the ball.
One thing you'll get out of Berwick, you'll get that grittiness. They're not going to back down. These are tough girls and play soccer. They play other sports.
Yeah, Berwick always seems to deliver on the physicality of the games. And that shot is off the mark. Aiken is there to grab the rebound, though. Now Kracheniuk will push the floor. She'll dribble down to the corner.
We've seen spurts this year, Max, of the Wolfpack with outside shots.
And that's a nice take by Cradle for the first points of the game, lays it off the glass.
A little bread and butter there, taking the ball to the rack, that's for sure. But, Kracheniuk is primarily their outside shooter. And we'll see if the Wolfpack can maybe get Thornton a little bit more involved. She's hit some big threes this year. But maybe another player or two to step up to be more consistent from the outside when maybe that inside ball game, they miss a couple shots.
Yeah, it's nice if that inside ball game isn't working, just have some guys to kick it out to and rely on make some shots. And that's a tough play there by Rihanna Andreas, but the shot is unable to fall, and Aiken grabs the board for the Wolfpack. Now Thornton will take it down the court. Pass to Cradle. Cradle just saves it from going out of bounds, kicks it back to Thornton. Thornton, she'll drive in, and it looks like that's a foul called there on number 12, Alyssa Lewis from the Bulldogs.
Well, it's interesting to see how Cradle has worked her way into the starting lineup. Just a basketball player, that's all she does. So she's concentrated on that. You had Evans coming off that injury. You've had some other girls. It's just a matter of who's going to step up at the right time.
And that's a breakaway by Rachel Whiteknight, and almost gets the and one on the foul, but it looks like she will go to the line for some free throws.
I might even try to keep score tonight. You see, I'm lacking in that area so far here. We'll get it going here.
Okay. Multitasking tonight, you are. That foul be on Aiken. And Andreas able to make her first free throw.
Number 5, Whiteley.
And the second one is off the rim. So Ardo Boyko gets the rebound. Ball goes quickly up the court to Thornton. Thornton to Ardo Boyko on the free throw line. She'll run in. The shot is not good off the glass. Bulldogs with the breakaway. Carly Ox.
Great presence there in the middle by Abby Hesser, ripping that rebound for Berwick, because she's got a couple girls to go against inside, Aiken and Ardo Boyko.
Yeah, she's definitely met her match with the duo down low for the Wolfpack. And it looks like that's a three-point basket for the Bulldogs. That'll put them up double 4-2.
Remember that Berwick lead right now. As this game goes along, we'll say, hey, Berwick had that lead 4-2. Let's see if they're able to build on that.
Hopefully, maybe they'll be able to hold on. But Kracheniuk has other thoughts. Oh, that is off the glass. No good. Rachel Whiteknight again with the ball for the Bulldogs. Cross court. Another three for the Bulldogs, and that one does not fall. Ardo Boyko grabs a long board, gives to Thornton. 4:45 left to go in the first quarter play. Wolfpack reset the offense with Thornton.
Berwick really not much of a presence on the offensive rebounds. They've done well on the defensive rebounds. Offensively, they're going to need to try to get some loose balls.
And especially with the way they've been shooting, too, on the offensive side of the court, every rebound could matter for them. And Aiken with a nice take, able to get the and one. And that's just a lot of that physical play we've seen from Aiken this year.
I cover a lot of college basketball as well, and some girls, even at the college level, have a difficult time finishing. Aiken, for whatever reason this year, has really worked on finishing those basic layups, drive, running around people, and being really scrappy.
And especially finishing through fouls like she did there, and is able to complete the and one for the three-point play. Looks like the Wolfpack are giving the Bulldogs some trouble with the press, but the Bulldogs are able to eventually get through. Rachel White Knight gives to Ox, but that is just a little too much for her to handle, so that will go out of bounds and will go Wolfpack basketball. So the Wolfpack have the lead 5-4, 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. As Crouchiniuk brings it up, she'll dribble to the left. She'll give to Cradle back up top. Over to Robinson, who has been good off the bench this year for the Wolfpack. Aiken, that shot is blocked, and Carly Ox is there to get the blocked shot.
Hess like a tanker truck down there. She is holding sway as Aiken tried to go at her, but you weren't moving. Hess, she is rock solid.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job tonight so far of guarding Aiken and Ardo Boyko in the posts. So that is Andreas with the ball, and it looks like she will get fouled. Foul on Robinson.
I think they're trying to establish a little bit more of Mahogany Robinson. You know, the postseason will be here before you know it, Max, and getting her in there, getting her some reps, you know, being somebody, if they do get themselves in foul trouble, she's got elements of quickness and, you know, could really just kind of cause some trouble defensively.
Oh, and there's a steal by Crouchiniuk. The left-handed layup goes, and Wolfpack will extend their lead 7-4. But like you were saying about Robinson, I like the play that she has had this year off the bench. She's always able to provide a spark for the Wolfpack. And the Wolfpack press pays off right there.
There's that feisty defense. They look, you know, like, hey, this Wolfpack team, every time they come in, they just play. They have an element of quickness. They're not super fast, but they're quick with steals. And you just see plays like this. And there's a play by Ardo Boyko. She loses that, but she just has that ability to make plays and steal balls and get in people's heads.
Yeah, that's been one of the best elements of the Wolfpack for the past couple of years, being back-to-back champions. And we have a couple substitutions. Burrito and Evans will check on into the game for Wilkes-Barre area. Berwick gets down their side of the court, down low to Lewis. Up top of the key, the three just off the mark from White Knight, but Aiken's there to grab the rebound. Gives to Thornton. Thornton, she'll drive right to the basket. Nice take by Thornton, but that one does not fall. Alyssa Lewis with the rebound. Berwick doing a pretty all right job of getting through the Wolfpack press.
Yeah, you can't simulate the speed of the Wolfpack, Bill Phillips, at practice. You could kind of get people to get in their way. Sometimes you'll see teams, they'll put 10 defenders out there on a 5-man team on, you know, at a practice just to kind of simulate what you can do. You've seen teams, they'll get brooms, they'll get, you know, those little floaty things. Anything they could to try to disrupt.
And it's interesting because you feel like they would get tired after a little while, but the Wolfpack, they never take their foot off the gas when they're in that press. And a solid rotation helps to build that stamina so they could do that for however long as they want to. That's a three from Andreas just off the front of the rim.
Hess had another rebound defensively, but you can tell she's feeling it right now. She's winded. She's not used to this pace right now.
Yeah, she's definitely got a lot to worry about down there as Aiken drives in. That shot is no good. Burrito and Andreas get tangled up. And Burrito, that's somebody we haven't really seen too much of this year, but that's another very good post player that the Wolfpack could utilize.
Another one, I think, Max, like you're saying, like, again, she's getting herself a little bit more into basketball shape. She played soccer, but, you know, basketball's a little different, you know, type of game. And, you know, her having a presence, making maybe, you know, she gets in for 10 minutes, she makes plays or can maintain, much like Robinson. That helps with your depth.
Three-point basket off the back of the rim for the Bulldogs. Nice play by Evans, able to keep it alive for the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack. And Thornton will reset the offense. 1 minute left to go in the first quarter of play. Wolfpack 7-4 over the Bulldogs right now. Evans will drive to the basket. No one's home for that one, and we'll go the other way with it.
She tried to see if she could find somebody down low, but it had a little too much sauce on it, didn't have some touch. So, she'll make some plays as the game goes along here.
The Bulldogs now with the ball. They're in no rush as we're approaching the final 40 seconds of the first quarter. Moving it around the perimeter. Now look at it to the elbow.
See Berwick just trying to spread it around, Max, and find that open look.
And that they did, but unable to connect on the shot is White Knight. 25 seconds left now. Wolfpack with the basketball. Thornton gives to Evans. Evans to Robinson. Robinson will drive to the corner, kick to Thornton. Thornton through a bunch of Bulldog defenders and finishes at the rim. Very impressive play by Thornton.
Like a Swiss Army knife, just cut right through that Berwick defense. 3-4 girls, it didn't matter.
The whole team, she went right through him for the basket. And that brings the first quarter to a close. Score 9-4, Wolfpack with the lead. We're back for the second quarter of action on the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Wilkes-Barre area Wolfpack and the Berwick Bulldogs going at it at the Wolfpack Den. Wolfpack hold the 9-4 lead over the Dogs after one quarter of play. Aiken now with the ball at the top of the key for the Wolfpack, gives to Crouchinyuk. Now back up to Thornton. Everybody's cutting around for Wilkes-Barre area. Crouchinyuk with the ball now. Nice ball movement by Wilkes-Barre. Thornton drives again. That one is just short off the front of the rim. And that's a rebound by Andreas. Andreas zips right down the court with it. And they will reset.
There was a little different combination here. You got Crouchinyuk and Evans, two veterans out front. You got Aiken, that presence in the middle, and Thornton down there in a 2-3 zone. So, what's Wilkes-Barre trying to accomplish here? I think it's just against different teams. Why not? Instead of playing man-to-man, try some different looks. Berwick shooting mostly outside shots, so maybe they're trying to address that three-pointer right now.
And like you said, Wilkes-Barre and man a lot of the time switching up with zone. We'll see how that works out for them. Three from the corner. That one rims out.
I mean, mind you, they only made one three-pointer in the first quarter, but, they've taken a bunch.
And that's a steal there by Rihanna Andreas. They'll kick it down to the corner. Another three. Will this one go? That one will not. White Knight.
Great box out there by Thornton. Got her body into it, and she would have had to go through her.
Thornton, another take. But White Knight is there to block it. But Aiken is there to clean it up, and she'll head to the free throw line for some foul shots. First free throw will fall for Aiken. And Abby Hess will check back into the game for Berwick. And Aiken is 2 for 2 on her free throws. Berwick wasting no time getting down to their side of the court. But it looks like that'll be a foul on Crouchinyuk.
Good way of drawing the contact there. You get a third foul here against Wilkes-Barre. You like to try to get the Wolfpack in foul trouble if you're Berwick. You know, create some changes on the bench and maybe able to get to that free throw line in a low-scoring game thus far.
And I like how Berwick was real quick with it, trying to get it down the court, making sure the Wolfpack don't really get too set on their press, able to get through it. Crouchinyuk, she'll now drive in the lane, put it up, and that one rims in for the score. 13-4 now, 5:45 left in the first half. Berwick gives to Hess. Hess is able to retain possession. She'll give to Ox. And that one, another three-pointer missed by the Bulldogs.
I guess Berwick's going to live and die by the three. They must have taken 9 threes, and they've hit one so far.
Maybe they need to change up their strategy a little bit. As Ardo Boyko, she'll extend the Wolfpack lead now to double digits, 15-4.
She is the garbage woman, and respectfully so. Ardo Boyko will clean up time after time, and just she does the job.
That is where Ardo Boyko thrives, with the more of the intangible stuff. Another three-pointer off the mark for Berwick. Berwick, at what point do you think Berwick changes it up a little bit, start getting some...
I would immediately. And Bill Phillips is a veteran coach. I mean, your threes just aren't going in. You can't let this get away from you. You've got to pound and try to get something inside, maybe with Hess or maybe one of your other athletes here. You got a bunch of girls who play soccer and basketball. They can make a move down low and make a bucket.
But again, that will be very tough. You got so many good post presence with Ardo Boyko and taken in. We've seen Brito in this game already. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do. As Ardo Boyko, that shot just off the mark. And White Knight gets the board for the Bulldogs.
Ardo Boyko tired. She just went over to the coach. Hey, my lungs right now. I need a break.
And it looks like she'll get a sub at the next stoppage. In the meantime, Crouchinyuk, she'll dribble on the baseline, put it up, just short. Hess is able to get the rebound and give
Wolfpack, for as good as they are, Max, they do miss a lot of layups. And now we'll finally get a timeout taken here. And it's surprising. The Wolfpack needed the timeout, but Berwick took it.
Interesting. And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back. We're back for the final 3:50 of the first half. Max Greger and John Mendola back out of the timeout. Berwick possesses the basketball. Hawks will give down low to White Knight. White Knight, nice pass out.
Max, we want to thank our friends at Comets Law, located at 46 Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Hess tried to get that rebound down there. They just couldn't grab it.
Yeah, the Wolfpack have been doing a real nice job of having a presence down low. And we'll have Cecilia Chandler come into the game for another player new that we haven't really seen that much of. Aiken is able to kick it back out to Thornton. Thornton will drive in. And that one just off the glass. And another missed layup, like you were saying.
Isn't it funny? You just see Berwick defensively with all the rebounds. Offensively, they can't find one offensively. Thornton with an extra stepper.
Thornton is trying to get that shot to fall by any means necessary, but it looks like she will get some foul shots out of that one. Or pardon me, she will inbound from underneath the basket.
I think they call that on the floor, Max. That is Hess's second now. She'll take a break. She might have needed a break anyway. She was a little winded as well. But we've seen a little bit of that. At this point in the season, endurance shouldn't be a factor. These girls should be in good basketball shape. So we've seen a couple of young ladies right now, but we don't know. Maybe somebody's fighting a cold. Maybe they're coming off of COVID. Again, could be anybody's guess right now. And, you know, you're seeing some upticks in some of the sickness right now.
White Knight, that shot looks like it's off the shot clock. But like you were saying, we're about a month into the season. All these girls should be pretty much in the midst of being in basketball shape. But it looks like the Wolfpack have done a nice job of tiring out the Bulldogs so far. As Thornton brings it down the court. 2:25 left to go in the first half. Aiken gets is able to get that pass, but the shot does not fall. Andreas, she'll give to Lewis. Lewis gets caught up in the post. She'll kick it out to Klinger. Klinger, another missed three for the Bulldogs, but she's able to get her a long rebound. A real long three from Andreas.
Wow. Berwick is just taking every three they could. They are like 1 for 14 or more at this point. Not good. 1:53 on the clock, Max. So, you know, they're lived and died by the three. Will they have come up with a different philosophy in the second half?
Thornton, she's able to get that layup to fall. So
I'd like to go to the park and just play some basketball with her and a little 5-on-5. She's going to make a lot of those park shots.
I believe so. And there's another three from the Bulldogs, unable to fall. Only have 4 points. The first half about to come to a close. 1:20 left on the clock.
Big Diamond Thornton originally from the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, she has probably had her fair share of street hoops down in Philadelphia. Berwick able to get a basket underneath the basket, giving them their first points in a while, able to end the drought 17-6. We'll see what the call is. It looks like a foul on the Bulldogs. And we'll get Evans checking back into the game for Thornton. Mahogany Robinson looks to inbound. She gets to Cradle in the corner. Cradle gives back to Robinson to the top of the key. To Evans. Cradle. She'll now drive into the lane. But nice play from Klinger. Oh, pardon me, that's a foul actually on Emma Klinger of the Bulldogs. And it looks like we're going to be in the bonus now, so Cradle will go to the line for some foul shots.
Luxury right now for the Wolfpack. So Cradle's played a bunch of JV. Robinson. You got CC down there. You know, so you got Evans in the lineup, and you got also Aiken.
Yeah, a lot of these players have worked their way up the totem pole. They've been in this program for a while. Girls like Chandler and Cradle, and they're able to get their time now on the varsity team.
They put in a lot of work. You know, it's hard to get the starting nod. You have all these girls that have experience, and next person up.
Especially with basketball, only 5 players on the court at a time. We have 20 seconds now left as the Wolfpack. We'll see if they hold for the final shot. Evans to Robinson.
And even though you have some players that might not be used to being in here with the final 10 seconds, you've got to make sure they know what they're doing and they get that shot off. 6 seconds to go. Somebody's got to do it.
Robinson, she'll take the chance. That one does not go. Aiken, that shot does not go either. But a pretty nice first half for Wilkes-Barre, scored 19-6. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the start of the second half. Welcome into the second half of the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Wolfpack hold the 13-point lead over the Bulldogs. Thornton wastes no time getting down the court, but she gets her own rebound and she'll kick it out. Max Greger and John Mendola here tonight with you. We'll be here on Friday as well as Wednesday, as the girls are in action 2 more times this week at the Wolfpack Den, taking on Crestwood and Dallas.
It's been funny how, we had guys 3 games last week. Now we got 3 girls games this week. So we're going in spurts here. But good to see the Wolfpack here on the ladies' side and what they're able to do. And tonight it's been a domination in the first half. Mostly, I'd say, because Berwick just couldn't hit a shot. I mean, they had 1 3-pointer and then a bunch of free throws and a layup. I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll see if Berwick had a reset of strategy at halftime, maybe driving in a little bit more of the mid-range shots, because the 3-ball has not been working for them so far tonight.
No, if it was a game of pool, it would be, the 8-ball. Here at basketball, it's the 3-ball, and it's been non-existent for Berwick once in the first half.
Yeah, poke and hope if it was pool. 19-6, about a minute into the game. That'll be our first foul of the half on the Wolfpack.
Max, want to thank our friends at FNCB Bank, 16 locations throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. They are a member FDIC, FNCB Bank.
Maybe we'll get some shots off the bank tonight. And, hey, there's a 3-ball. A 3-ball that goes for Berwick. Hey, so maybe they'll stick with the 3-ball.
What did SpongeBob and Patrick say once? In your face!
Yeah, there you go. That is what Rachel White Knight is saying now. But the Wolfpack will respond here with a couple of free throws. Eternity Aiken will be at the line.
So Hess gets her 3rd foul. She's playing tough underneath. Just a good presence. But if you're Bill Phillips right now, I would stay with Hess. You hit a shot there. You hit a 3. Why not see, hey, maybe you could carry a little momentum here and keep it close.
Yeah, Hess has certainly been working hard for the Bulldogs. Right there, she gets the rebound. And you got to give her credit facing on all these post players for the Wolfpack. She's definitely holding her own tonight. Berwick now with the ball. White Knight to Ox. Back over to White Knight. Now down to the corner to Andreas. Down low. Hess kicks it out to White Knight. And White Knight, hey, maybe we are seeing a change in tide for the Berwick Bulldogs. 2 for 2. Already doubling how many baskets, 3-point baskets they made.
Basket? What is it, Max? I mean, maybe it's in front of their bench. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. The two of them.
Thoughts. It's like, hey, you keep shooting those threes, thinking eventually maybe they'll go in, or maybe it's a basket chain. Who knows? But confidence, that's for sure.
Yeah, White Knight looks like she has the hot hand for the Bulldogs. Crouchanyuk, she responds with the 3 of her own. Nothing but net from Crouchanyuk. After a little burst of scoring, scored 22-12 now. 5:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Berwick looking to respond. But that will not do it for him. Thornton. And that ball looks like it ends up out of bounds. Nice effort, though, from Thornton, able to poke that away.
Well, Emma's uncle Boris watches, I think, all the games. So he's excited every time you hear Crouchanyuk hitting the 3, and she just banged that one down there for the Wolfpack.
And so far this season, we've been saying her name a lot, as she's been in there most of the time and delivering for them. Berwick now with the ball. Hess gets it on the baseline. She gets swarmed by some Wolfpack defenders. They kick it back out to the top of the key.
Would I like to see Hess drive there?
And that first missed 3 of the half from Berwick. Wilkes-Barre gets the rebound. Cradle gives to Ardo Boyko. Ardo Boyko on the elbow. That one is just short of the basket. Andre is there to get the rebound. Berwick now holds the basketball. White Knight for 3. And that one does not go for White Knight. So the Bulldogs cooling down a little bit from that sudden spurt of 3-point baskets. That one off the hands of Ardo Boyko. The ball stays in bounds, however. Berwick will take it their side of the court.
Ardo Boyko looking over to the bench again. She just doesn't look like she has full wind. See her leaning over there in the lane. She's tired.
She's definitely tired, but still giving it her all or all of as much of as she could. And we're going to get a timeout called, 30-second timeout by the Wolfpack. We'll be right back. We're back out of the timeout to the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Bulldogs and the Wolfpack battling it out at the Wolfpack Den. Wilkes-Barre holds a 7-point lead. And John, we thought they would, Berwick would stray away from the three-point strategy, but they've stuck with it, and it looks like they're getting a little bit better.
Well, you shoot probably, 1 for 16 in that first half. Now you've hit 3 out of 4 to second half. What a difference. And now you got a 22-15 game. That's what they were looking for in the first half. It could be numerous things. Hey, you keep shooting, you'll make them. Maybe they're a little better than normal. And maybe it's just a motivational speech from Coach Phillips. Hey, I still want you to do that, and we're going to start hitting some of these.
And that they have been doing. Only face a 7-point deficit now. Another 3, that one just off the mark from Klinger.
We remember earlier this year, Nanticoke started out really hot against the Wolfpack on the ladies' side, and then they stopped getting hot.
Yeah, this looks like it might be a little bit more the same as that other game. Berwick heating up a little bit. Maybe they'll cool down. Who knows? But Evans will look to extend the Wolfpack lead at the free throw line.
Hard to believe Klinger's got 4 fouls. I mean, she came off the bench.
Yeah, that is a little odd off the bench. 4 fouls already. And Klinger, it makes you think Klinger and Hess both in a little bit of foul trouble. We'll see how much usage they get, as Evans 0 for 2 on the free throws. Andreas gets the basketball. She'll work to get to the basket, and it looks like that shot gets blocked by Evans. And now Hess will come back into the game for Klinger.
Pace of the game's flying, Max. I mean, 3:09 here in the third. Just seems like this game has gone by quite quickly. And just a touchdown, for Berwick. They're used to playing football down there in dog country.
In dog country, that's right. Thornton now. She'll drive to the basket. Another take by Thornton. That one does not fall. And it looks like we're going to get a foul on the Wolfpack. Wolfpack are usually in that press, but it looks like they'll back off just a little bit, as Berwick's able to get it on their side of the court. Rachel White Knight now holds the ball, guarded by Thornton. Gives to Andreas, gets the screen. Nice pass down to Hess, kicks it right back out to Andreas. Andreas from the top of the key is just short, as we get a collision down low. No fouls.
I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Andreas was running, or White Knight was running right down, and then Aiken came over and biffed her over the middle, as if that was something in the secondary. And I guess they're saying, hey, 2 people are going for the ball at the same time. But
the Wolfpack will not complain about that one for sure. But the Bulldogs will still have the ball. Evans guarding Andreas. Andreas will take to the basket. That one rims out for the Bulldogs. Aiken is there to grab the board.
Big board there by Aiken. Just her athleticism to get it. Go back and right at Hess.
Especially with Ardo Boyko coming in and out of the game. Aiken has been a steady force for the Wolfpack tonight. And right there, we get another basket from Aiken. Make the score 24-15 with 1:50 left in the third quarter play.
She continues to do that well, go around the horn and scoop and lay it in over on that right-hand side. Hess has not been a scoring threat for Berwick, just more of a presence down low. I'd like to see her maybe try to take one or two down there, just in the fact to try to draw a foul there on the inside for Berwick.
Yeah, and perhaps maybe just change it up, give the Wolfpack a little different look while they're on defense. They're used to guarding that three, and maybe Hessel will give it a nice change of pace for the Bulldogs.
Look how good the Wolfpack are doing at guarding that three, to your point, Max, right now.
Yeah, it looks like the Wolfpack they know what to expect, so they're guarding that perimeter pretty tightly. The Bulldogs setting a lot of screens as of late, trying to get those open perimeter shots. That will be a take by Ox. That one misses. And Aiken, another rebound for Aiken.
Thornton playing in-your-face defense against White Knight.
And another nice take from Aiken, set off from the pass from Evans. A real nice possession there for the Wolfpack. And their lead's back up to double digits, 26-15 now with 40 seconds left to go. And there's, again, that in-your-face defense from Thornton, able to get tangled up and force that ball to go out of bounds. It looks like we'll go Berwick basketball. Referee's talking it over a little bit, but it'll stay with Berwick. So we have 30 seconds left in the third quarter. See what the Bulldogs would like to do. All working around the perimeter for Berwick.
Thornton giving White Knight the business. I mean, giving her the body, little things, just playing the mental game and the physical game right now. White Knight, she could either get frustrated or she could try to make something happen here.
That'll be a three and another three. That one was in another area code from Andreas, but that one's able to fall. And after 3 quarters in the book, score 26-18. Wolfpack with the lead. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the start of the fourth quarter. We're now back for the final quarter of play here at the Wolfpack Den on the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night. Crouchiniuk, she'll put up a three real quick. That one is just off the mark. Scored 26-18 with the final 7:45 running down on the scoreboard. Rachel White Knight gives to Ox. And that aggressive defense from Crouchiniuk will pay off as she'll force a backcourt violation on the Bulldogs.
Like one thing that, we talk about it all the time is the Wolfpack, they just have abilities to make plays. The defense of theirs, they're tough girls. These girls just play very good defense.
And there's some defense from Berwick, and that'll result to Andreas going to the foul line. But like you were saying, that Wolfpack defense leads to some extra possessions, as it did with that backcourt violation. Hope to snag some more possessions and more opportunities for points. So as Andreas is shooting her foul shots, the Berwick coach looks like he's going going over some stuff with some of the players from the Bulldogs as Andreas makes her first free throw. And the second one off the mark. Ardo Boyko gives to Croucheniuk. Croucheniuk, another nice play by Andreas, but the Wolfpack are able to retain it. Aiken, tough take there, gets fouled.
Fouls on the Bulldogs. Number 40, Hess, her fourth.
And that's another foul for Hess. We were saying Hess, those fouls are piling up for Hess and Klinger.
It's a fourth quarter at this point. You know, you probably just leave her go. You got your backup number 32. She's got 4 fouls, so you're still within striking distance here if you're Berwick. And you got hot with the threes. Now you got to just try to get off shots. The Wolfpack have clamped down and saying, listen, we're not even going to give you a shot at this point.
Yeah, the Wolfpack, they understand there's 7 minutes left in the game, and the Bulldogs, this second half, they've been shooting way better than they have in this first half. So they're doing a little more better job attending to those 3 balls from the Bulldogs. Again, tenacious defense from the Wolfpack. And Ardo Boyko forces this steal there. It looks like that'll be a foul.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 5.
Foul on the Bulldogs. So, again, another possession as a result of some tenacious defense for Wilkes-Barre area as Robinson inbounds to Croucheniuk. Ardo Boyko gives to Evans at the top of the key. She'll give to Robinson. Back up to Croucheniuk. Nice feed to Aiken. Back out to Robinson. Robinson, free throw line jumper. Nothing there. But a nice play by Ardo Boyko to get it back to Aiken. Aiken, that shot does not finish though for Aiken. But another nice steal by Ardo Boyko. But it looks like that'll be a traveling call on the Bulldogs.
Number 40. Her fifth, team's fifth.
So that's the 5th foul now for Hess, and Klinger will check back into the game. So we're back from the timeout. Croucheniuk looks to inbound, and she'll get it into Aiken and pass up to Thornton. Now from that timeout, John, what do you think the message was from Coach Bill Phillips?
Well, I think they got to keep trying to play scrappy D. You got Ardo Boyko, who just runs and hustles for every ball. She made 3 plays in the last minute where she found a way. She got it over to Aiken. She tipped the ball. She ran for a ball. She's just that X factor that you can't predict what she's going to do. But down on the other end, they've got to get shots off now. We went from a point where they couldn't hit a 3. Now they hit 3s, but now they can't get a shot off, and they're down 8 with 6 minutes to go. So getting looks.
And there's a nice look from Aiken. And come to think of it, we've seen a lot of substitutions so far tonight, but Aiken, I don't think I've seen her on the bench so far.
She's been a steady for Wilkes-Barre area and has gotten a lot better, put in the time, and dedicated herself.
You can tell she's pretty well conditioned. not taking any breathers so far tonight, and we only have 5 minutes left into the game. Wolfpack now with a double-digit lead, 29-19.
Well, Bill Phillips, you know, he not only coached basketball, he coached softball for a while at Berwick, so very involved academically and in the athletic program. He's got kids of his own as well. And he's been a positive down there for the Berwick Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs, they'll look for a positive, but they won't find it because Crouchnook will come up with the steal. She'll give to Thornton in the corner. Corner three from Thornton. And that is nothing but net from Diamond Thornton. So now the lead extended to 13 points now with 5:10 left to go in the game.
And it seems like when you need something, Diamond Thornton delivers. The game's on the line, or you want to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Diamond Thornton just steps up and makes plays. Right now she's guarding White Knight. And Bill Phillips saying, hey, she's holding her. He's looking for something. He's getting frustrated right now.
Well, Thornton has been on White Knight for a good portion of this game. You commented earlier on how that's some aggravating defense from Thornton. White Knight unable to get open.
And I think Zlotek just went over and said, listen, Bill, she's just playing really good defense. She's all over her, but she's doing everything legally she could. And Phillips guy's like, listen, I know, I think. You know, it gets a little frustrated because White Knight hit those first 2 threes for you in the second half. You'd like to see her get another shot.
And that'll be Lewis. She'll try a shot. That one off the mark, though. Crouching to get the rebound. And we were saying Berwick having a difficult time. Oh, and Aiken, real quick response. Eternity Aiken off the glass for 2. But we were saying earlier about how Berwick unable to find those open shots. That's well in part due to the aggressive defense by Thornton on White Knight.
I think you have to look at most improved players for the Wolfpack this season. Between Aiken and Thornton, that might be a close tie there. They both have worked hard. They both have shown. I think Thornton a little bit more. She just matured a little bit. She got a little older. She's now a sophomore. But Eternity Aiken has worked on finishing. She has finished an awful lot and really taken the game of basketball seriously.
And tonight we've seen a couple and ones from Aiken, just as if you were saying. And with that foul on the Bulldogs, we're now in the bonus, and Evans will shoot a 1-and-1 here for Wilkes-Barre area with 4:08 left to go in the game. And the front end of the 1-and-1 goes for Evans. And the second shot falls as well.
Max, you'd think that Wilkes-Barre area kind of toys with teams. I mean, you know, they dominated the first half. Berwick couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Then Berwick comes back, gets close, and then the Wolfpack just seemed like they hit that little switch. Okay, now we're going to play in-your-face defense.
Yeah, here at the Den, when we see these girls play, we always see, maybe it's a little tough in the beginning trying to get to a solid lead. But we always see the Wolfpack pull away at some point, just like you're saying, as if they're toying with them, and then like, oh, here we go again. As virtually no time, Wolfpack have almost doubled up the Bulldogs with the score now 36-19.
It's a tough week. I mean, Crestwood, they got Wednesday, at Berwick today, Dallas. They'll play all physical teams, and Dallas is gunning for them. They lost a heartbreaker at home to the Wolfpack by 1. So Dallas is going to come in here Friday and play really tough.
Yeah, but a good thing that's working in the Wolfpack favor, they got 3 home games, so they don't have to travel. All they got to do is come to the Den and take on these difficult teams. We'll get some substitutions now into the game. Robinson and Cradle will check back in. And we have 3:10 left to go in the game. Score 36-19. Wolfpack hold the lead. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Some tough defense from Keating. Berwick looking to do something with it offensively. That shot gets blocked by Aiken. Very nice play.
Man, I'd hate to see her with a fly swatter in the summer. She swatted that thing. Those poor flies. Oh, man.
beautiful block from Aiken. We've seen that from her all year. Gives to Thornton, and we're going to get another Wolfpack possession as a result of that block. Thornton looks like maybe she gets tangled up in there. We're going to get a walk, and looks like the referee's called a technical there.
Technical foul on Wolfpack number 4.
Yeah, they do.
That's discipline right there. Thornton's a sophomore. She's got to know better. She can't question an official or say something. She'll learn from that. I'm sure we're going to have a conversation right now with Coach Mary Mushak-Namey.
Yeah, and for especially the kind of way that she plays, she often takes those drives to the basket. You're going to get tangled up in there, and there's going to be some physical play in there, but there's going to be some fouls that, maybe they don't get called or that aren't fouls. And this is just going to be a learning experience for Thornton.
Checking over the Wolfpack. Number 41, Ciandra Chandler. Number 30.
The Berwick Bulldogs will connect on their 2 free throws, and they'll get the possession right here.
Well, the conversation didn't happen yet with Coach, but I'm sure it'll happen after the game. You got to have that conversation and make sure that doesn't happen again.
But luckily for Thornton, there's only 2 minutes left in the game where the Wolfpack are up by 15, so no harm, no foul. As we get a new crew here into the game, Keating, Robinson, Burrito, Chandler, and Cradle. A nice take by number 4, Carly Ox. And she'll head to the line for an and one.
First and one for Berwick that I can recall tonight, Max.
Yeah, first 2-point basket we've had in a while. And Ox unable to connect for the 3-point play. So we're approaching the final 2 minutes at the Wolfpack Den on the McCarthy Tire game of the night. Wolfpack hold the 13-point lead.
Getting hungry. I'm thinking Dee's Diner.
Well, the good thing about that is they're open 24/7. You don't got to worry if they're open because they always are.
That's true. They're always open. There's a nice bucket by Berwick. Kind of in the mood for maybe like a chicken sandwich and, I don't know, maybe some mashed potatoes or something.
That does sound pretty good.
Some gravy.
Delicious. And as things are heating up a little bit, we're going to get a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well and be right back. We're back from the timeout called by the Bulldogs for the final 1 minute and 30 seconds of the game. Wolfpack with the 11-point lead as time is ticking down. Keating has the ball, gives to Ardo Boyko. Ardo Boyko dribbles, tries to hit a cutting Crouching-Yook, but Keating is in the right place at the right time. That basket does not fall, and Berwick will get the rebound. Number 2, Andreas. And we'll get a 3 ball here from Lewis. And that one off the back of the rim from Lewis. Crouching-Yook now with the ball for Wilkes-Barre area.
Well, they got Ardo Boyko back here just because she makes plays. She's a playmaker. You know, little tips, little steals, little rebounds. She does it all.
Yeah, she always seems to make something out of nothing. Even if there's no play available, she'll make a play. And Keating now guarded by White Knight.
40 seconds, hard to believe, you know. Berwick's taking this well. Like, hey, you know, we're down 11. This is tough. There's a tough foul there. And
yeah, Berwick, they were down for a good portion of this game, but like you said, Berwick not really giving up. They're still playing hard, still making some nice baskets in the past couple of minutes, making it a little tight as the time's ticking down to zeros. Ardo Boyko now at the line for a 1-and-1.
I think overall you got to like the effort for Berwick tonight. You know, they fought. They took a lot of threes they missed, but they kept competing all night. They didn't give up for Coach Phillips. So you'll take that away. They're going to win some games by maybe getting hot from the arc, beyond the arc. But they do hustle and they do compete.
Yeah, Berwick competing until the very last second. And I'd say a nice positive to build off of if you're Berwick. As time ticks down, we're going to get a shot from the elbow. And that's a nice shot by Alyssa Lewis to make the score 38-27. We got 10 seconds left in the game. Looks like the Wolfpack are just going to dribble out the clock. And another nice win here at the Wolfpack Den for the Wilkes-Barre area Wolfpack, beating the Bulldogs 38-27. That'll be the final score. From John Mendola and Max Greger, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next time.